Hello, I'm back. I'm gonna keep coming back. Okay. So, in order to assist me in building content and things to talk about, um, I am going to talk to you about some questions that we discussed in my group therapy. I go to therapy. I see a group therapy. I have a group therapy session twice a week. And it really is just people talking and giving each other's perspective. And it's often we end up kind of like, wow, it's not as bad as you think it is or you feel like it is. Things are not as bad as you might feel or think it is. So I really appreciate my therapy group. So and the therapist that's at the top of the group, she is really spectacular, in my opinion, which is pretty. I'm a lay person within therapy, but I also know that she's very much about psychoeducation, and that's what impresses me about her approach. So the question that was posed in my group was one of three. So today we will be dealing with the one question, the two questions. I'm sorry, they gave us three questions, and I answered one. One I was very comfortable answering. The other two, not so much. And for me, when things make me uncomfortable, I tend to want to learn more about the thing that's making me uncomfortable, if that makes sense. So, since therapy was over, once therapy was over, I got to thinking about this question. And again, we'll go through the rest of the questions in subsequent videos. So, the question that was posed that I didn't really have an answer for, which is why I didn't choose to answer this one. The question is, when in your life have you had the most success? So I had to think about that. I had to think about that for what's today? For a Thursday. So I got this question in my group yesterday. And I realized that if I'm honest, it's been a long time since I have felt successful. I felt a few wins, but according to like the definition of success, which is or successful, which is to achieve or complete successfully or having achieved popularity, profit, or distinction. Yeah, no, I haven't done that at all. And if I really think about it, since I picked up and moved from Wisconsin to the Maryland DMV area, um, I haven't really had any quantifiable success. And what I'm looking at as a quantifiable success is something that is on paper that shows that I have hit a certain mark. And I don't have that, not financially, not as far as likes, views, none of that. So this is just me being very real because I think honesty is hard but difficult. Um, but see, the funny thing is, okay, so I took some notes and I'm reading off my notes. Okay, the funny thing is though that I hadn't really ever thought of my goals as quantifiable. So I never looked at myself as never looked at my goals as something to quantify, to look at them as this is the absolute peak of what I want. This is the point of accomplishment. I don't know how I approach my goals, y'all. So maybe that's why I haven't accomplished anything and I haven't had any successes in so long. Um, but I have recently, before this conversation with my therapy group, um, I had actually put some numbers on my goals. So the numbers that I put on my goals is I want to grow my YouTube following. I have a diet and exercise goal that is coming. I'm not started yet, but it's coming. Um, so I guess that's where I'm going to stop in terms of sharing my goals. I don't want to put everything out there because then if I don't quite hit it on schedule, then it'll make me feel bad, might make me feel like I look bad. We ain't gonna do all that to myself. So my goal as it stands is to grow my YouTube and to get in shape. So those are quantifiable goals, and I am comfortable with where I am with those goals. But that's just me sharing with you what our conversation was that and what my realization was within it, that I have not had these successes that truly I want, and I'm willing to work for it now that I know the way to work. So I still want to have conversation. Y'all not liking, y'all not sharing, y'all not subscribing, y'all not commenting. So talk to me. Are y'all hitting goals? You know what I mean? Let's do like a New Year's Eve recap. Have you hit your New Year's resolution goals? You know what I mean? And if you haven't, why haven't you? Let's talk about that. My ultimate goal for content is that I want to open up and share a community of people who might be having the same issues. Are you? I am. So I guess that is the end of this particular video, y'all. I just wanted to share some of my insights on what I feel like is basically me holding me back. Another insight that I got from my therapy group, just as a note, before I wrap up, my therapist asked all of us as a group, and it's about usually 10 to 12 of us in the group, and we're online. My therapist asked us, what specifically is it that is stopping you from getting to your goals? And every single one of us, and I hope I'm not wording that incorrectly, but it was basically tell her, my therapist. So my therapist is kind of like, tell me what's stopping you from what the goal is. So maybe we set the goal. This was a couple months ago, but we set the goal, and one after the other, we all stated what it was that was stopping us from the goal. And y'all know what it was? Basically, for every single one of us, there was nothing stopping us. We had things that were stopping us, but then it was kind of like, okay, so I'm like, in my case, I haven't been making videos because I am scared that people are not going to accept me. Okay, so then they asked me, have people not accepted your videos ever before? Do you have any evidence that people will not accept your videos? Why do you think people will not accept your videos? Is it an excuse for you not to make the videos, to think that people are not going to accept the videos? Um, so I guess I hope that don't sound like I'm rambling, y'all. I do have ADHD, part of what I'm dealing with here. But I hope all of that connected for you, that let's quantify our successes. Let's put a number on it. Let's put dates on it. That's where I am now. I'm not quite to the point where I'm ready to put a date on my fitness goals, but this is one of my big goals, making content. So I made some content. This is day 4. I think it's day 4, y'all. Okay. See y'all tomorrow.